Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick shots with Billy Antonio.
Fit them old bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.
Welcome back, man. Episode 163 with Brick Shots with Billy Antonio. Welcome back in. It's me, Antonio. We're going to fly it co-host to co-host today. Just us. Antonio, you feel great about today's show?
Yeah. A lot to talk about. Really excited.
There is a lot to talk about. This show's going to be a little more compressed. We're going to go live next week, you guys, for the actual draft, so we can get our live reactions in. Be sure to join us for the live stream for that. That's going to be really, really exciting. It's our first live react stream to anything. So Tonio was gracious enough to let us do it for the draft. We're going to get into our mock draft here later today. We'll cover a little bit of basketball if we have the time. But first, Tonio, let's get into Shedur's number 2 and Travis Hunter's number 12 being retired from the University of Colorado. What was your initial react to this?
That's cool. I like it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you retire that jersey? First of all, not only is he his father, but he the coach. And I know everybody like, well, they had Cordell Stewart and Eric Bieniemy and all them people. Well, why
He won a national championship.
Sure, but why didn't their coach see the need to retire their jersey? What was he doing? See, the shit that's getting old, bro, like, it's kind of old, bro, kind of lame, is every time Prime do something with his program, it's a problem. Like, every time, bro. It's a problem, bro. Like, damn, bro, let it go, bro. Let the man coach his own program. Like, wasn't nobody saying nothing when Lane was calling hoes off the Ole Miss phone. Wasn't nobody outraged about that. Wasn't nobody outraged when Patino was getting his players hookers and shit. Nobody outraged about that. Like, there was outrage for like 3 minutes about Joe Pa turning a blind eye to old boy over there. But
yeah,
all these little cross coaches that have all these scandals go down, we hear about that for 2 seconds. Every time Prime do something, oh, he just demolishing the game and making the game worse. Why? That's stupid, right? Let me tell you something. So Travis won hot. That's bro. Heisman winner, Colorado, jersey retired. That's no question. But Shedeur broke the single season passing yard record, single season passing touchdown record, single season completion percentage record. Yeah. Actually, highest completion percentage in college football. Single season completions, single game passing yards, single game completion percentage, 80.9 on 30-point passes.
Sure.
Career passing touchdown, 64 over 2 seasons, most in Colorado history of quarterbacks that stayed there for 4 years. And then with his 2 years there, Billy, what number you think he is in passing yards at Colorado?
He broke Joe Klatt's record, I think. Is he number 1?
He's number 3. In 2 seasons, 7,364 yards behind I don't know, junior high line.
Sure.
He literally, this ain't even me like glazing or nothing that people say now, bruh, literally broke his back, bro.
What?
He literally broke his back for Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Like, on the field, broke his back from carrying the team, bro. And then Billy, when the last time before Prime even said something about Colorado,
Excuse me.
did you watch Colorado?
No, not particularly. They were not.
Billy, when the last time you ever heard somebody say something about Colorado in your whole life, other than it's beautiful up there, you can get high as fuck, or we're talking about the Nuggets or the Broncos? Billy, how much revenue you think Shador helped amass for Colorado?
Oh, a bunch.
Billy.
Black also. So black enrollment went up 50 or 40%. Overall enrollment, they sold out their stadiums for 2 years in a row for the first time ever, which is crazy because they were a national champion at one point, which is wild.
See, so I'm just saying, Billy, shit like that, people don't look in and account for because they like hating. Matters, Billy, because it's a money game, right? Billy,
Sure.
how many of these NIL players gave their money back for the team to go get a better roster?
No, yes, I hear all this you're saying,
but I'm listening. Go ahead, I'm listening because you gonna say some shit, but it's gonna be invalid. But go ahead.
No. I'm not saying don't ever retire it, but I'm just saying I think it's crazy, and I don't know. I'm not saying that you are this unless you want to answer, but I think two things can be true. Sure, retire it. I don't think it's that big a deal. Like, great, sure, okay, cool. Because we're not going to talk about Colorado again once Prime leaves anyway. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But some of the retired jerseys I also could have a problem with because they didn't do anything. So Shador, no bowl wins. The best record he had was nine wins, right? Travis Hunter, I won't speak to you because he won a Heisman. So, okay, cool. I can understand retiring the number. I can understand for sure, right? But I look at a lot of other programs, like Iowa only has 2 jerseys retired, right? Kinnick and some other dude that I've never heard of. But look at the University of Tennessee. You got Peyton Manning and Reggie White. You know, the University of Texas, like these big time programs, right? Ricky Williams, Earl Campbell, Colt McCoy, Vince Young. Colt McCoy retired with the highest winning percentage in college football ever. Not retired, but when he left college football. You look at Ohio State. It's Archie Griffin and Eddie George, the only guys that we're going to know. You know what I'm saying? And the rest are these old timers that you would otherwise never hear of. Even a TCU program, right? LaDainian Tomlinson got his number retired. Davey O'Brien, the Davey O'Brien Award, which is the best quarterback in college football. Sammy Baugh, who had a really crazy those 2 years, one of the first pro quarterbacks that came about, especially in those early days. And these guys, you know, I just think it should mean a little something if you're going to retire it. And I just don't see what Colorado did other than get people to talk about Colorado. So if you're looking at it just from a program standpoint, sure, retire it. But if you're looking at it from the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's a big deal.
But how are you going to care about the grand scheme? The grand scheme don't get your number retired. Your coach and your AD gets your number retired.
No, Tonio, that's what I'm saying, though.
Why didn't the AD and coach at the time feel the need to get Cordell Stewart's jersey retired? That's not that's not his burden to bear.
Yeah.
So if he want to retire, because what you just said, once Deion leave, nobody gonna care about Colorado. You think they're gonna come back and retire their jerseys then? You gotta give people their flowers while they there, right? Because if Cordell Stewart would have got his flowers while we were there, we wouldn't be talking about it. Well, we still be talking about it because people bring up like Tim Tebow don't got his jersey retired. Well, that's because Urban Meyers faked a heart attack and got up out of it. So yeah, why? What do you want him to do?
No, but Tonio, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not arguing that. Also, I don't think Florida has any numbers retired. Just to throw it out there.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. I think because if you told me, hey, Tim Tebow's getting his number retired, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. But Tim Tebow does have the quote posted on the athletic facility, which is that's fucking still cool. Your school, Ole Miss, who do they got retired?
Eli, huh?
Yeah, the Mannings. That's what I was going to say. But and if the argument is, what did Shedeur really even do while he was there? The argument too for Eli, what did Eli do while he was there? I don't want this to be an Ole Miss bashing session, but he didn't win the fucking national championship
or Heisman.
What he won the Cotton Bowl, I believe.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, cool.
That's a big bowl, but
like I said, in my how I'm looking at it in the grand scheme of things, it should be a bigger deal. To me, it should be a big deal to get your number retired. Lamar Jackson has his number retired at Louisville. What did he do? He won 2 bowl games and a Heisman.
Yeah,
he didn't go to the national championship.
I think the Heisman you just deserve.
No, I know, but that's why I think a lot of the big problem is with Shedeur because he is Prime's son. I do think it's kind of like the Bronny. It's like the Bronny situation to me, Tonio, where I think Prime is putting, and maybe it's a good thing, putting his son in these positions to be quote unquote hated, so he can get ready for when he has a bad game, like in the NFL. Like, okay, hey, Shadeur's been here, done that. He's been hated. He's been crucified. He's been put in the spotlight in a negative way, which for some reason outshines his positive light, which just doesn't make sense to me, because if you watch one Colorado game, you could watch one of them and realize, like, oh, this guy is carrying this fucking team badly. Like they are trying to make him lose, it seems like, right? That offensive line is like, yeah, maybe Shedeur needs to be knocked down a peg or something. But
yeah. I mean, because Billy, let's keep it a beam, right? Let's keep it honest, bro. Colt Brennan, rest in peace. He got his jersey retired. All he did was throw for a bunch of yards in Hawaii. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. But his jersey was retired. So we gotta call a spade a spade. If Shedeur did nothing, Colt Brennan didn't do nothing but throw the ball.
No, 100%. But that's where my argument's coming from. He shouldn't have a number retired either. It should be also, what did you do for college football? We're like, okay, Barry Sanders has his number retired. I'm for that. All-time leading rushing yard. Like those kind of big deals. And again, Shedeur has it kind of not going in his favor, playing those 2 years at Jackson State where his stats don't count towards, the grand scheme of things. That's where I'm looking at it from. Because at the same time, like with Daniel Thompson, why did he get his number? What did TCU do with him? They won a Rose Bowl. You know who else they won a Rose Bowl with? Andy Dalton. Why isn't his number retired? But it's like you said, right? It's up to the AD at the time. It's up to that coach. What are they going to do? And I just think it shouldn't be to that. It should be to the boosters. The boosters should decide who gets retired and whatnot. Now, Cordell Stewart not having his number retired, being a national champion, is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Eric Bieniemy not having his number retired is also crazy.
Like I said, that ain't on Deion, bro. Like,
I'm not saying it's on Deion, Tony. I'm thinking
that's what people saying. Like, why didn't they retire? They coming at Deion like he was supposed to retire Eric Bieniemy's and Cordell Stewart's jersey. He wasn't a fucking coach.
Yeah, he can't. He can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, Tony, that's what I'm saying. I get it from that aspect, but I was just really breaking it down to.
Man, we gotta get out of this tradition shit. Oh, like this is how we used to do it. Fuck that. What did they do? I don't care what their record was. They boosted your money by 200%.
Yeah.
Boosted your fucking college to get more black students, more admissions, period. They got you way more TV time than big schools.
Yeah.
Like, big schools. You talked about every day.
Oh, yeah. You know, Colorado had more games on national television than Ohio State did.
See?
Isn't that crazy?
Who cares about Will Howard when you can watch Shedeur doing this?
Yeah.
And people gonna hate, but kind of less crazy as hell. But one thing he said that makes sense is ain't no such thing as bad publicity. As long as you fucking looking, I'm winning.
No, he's absolutely right. Actually, it's funny. I'm glad you brought up Kanye. I just want to throw this personal anecdote out there. I was showing Malcolm the video for All Falls Down, right? Yeah. And I was telling Brea it's one of my favorite songs because that's one of my bad habits is being self-conscious, right? And so when I broke down the line, that's why I can't go nowhere without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. And I was like, look at my ones. They match all my Raven stuff, so I can have that on. And it's like, that literally is the line at my own life. And she was like, oh, I thought it was a sad song. And I'm like, no, it's a self-reflection. And then in the video, I don't know if you remember when he gets the mustard on him?
Yeah.
And he's talking to himself in the mirror. That's his self-reflection. And I was just mind blowing her just left and right. It was pretty cool. That's one of the best songs of all time. But anyway, Kanye always makes a lot of sense.
Just to wrap this up, I wonder if Dion can un-ink that contract. Because a lot of them fans came out the woodwork saying, oh, original Buffalo fans, we ain't going to stand for this. We don't like that and shit. But ever since they've been there, they've been on his side.
Well, no, I think Dion, it doesn't matter if he uninks it or not, because I think as soon as he leaves, they're right back into oblivion and no one gives a fuck about them. Because also think about this, Tonio, real quick, like you said, we can wrap this up, but also with it too, right? Who's going to go to Colorado? Like, who wants to be the coach after Prime to either fuck it up or not keep it to where it was? No good coach is going to do that.
Nope.
It's going to be some first-time guy or some dude who's been getting fired left and right and going to be trying to create the same magic.
And just to wrap it up, just to sum it up, Travis Hunter, the best player ever played in Colorado history. He won the house.
Yeah. We've never seen a player like that. I don't care about your Charles Woodsons. Doesn't matter. Not like Travis.
And Shedeur, arguably the best quarterback. He didn't win the jump, but the numbers there, and he played behind a terrible offensive line. And the main thing is, if Shedeur tell his dad, nah, since you leaving, I'm gonna go to Alabama, or I'm gonna go to Ohio State, or I'm gonna go to some big team that just need a quarterback. Where do you think Travis going? With Shedeur.
Yeah.
Coach, if Shedeur tell Coach Prime, yeah, I ain't really feeling this Colorado move, he might not go.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer to retire Travis, right?
That's easy. That's fine. Yeah.
That's a no-brainer. But without Shedeur, none of this happened. He the linchpin, dude.
But I think that shows you the greatness of Travis at the same time too. Because let's go the opposite. I'll take it away from you. Let's say Travis went to Ohio State or went to Alabama or was somewhere else without Shedeur, and Shedeur went to Colorado without him. Would we be close to talking to Shedeur in this light?
Well, we have to look up stats because Travis, I don't think Shedeur put them numbers up with Travis missing half the season last year.
Yeah, no. That's true. That's a good point. That's where I wanted to bring that, where Shedeur held his own with this generational player out. Shedeur still did the same shit he was doing.
Yeah.
But like you said, yeah, we wrapped it up. Let's go on to the new and this was Nick Saban went against Congress to talk about some of these NIL deals and how it's getting a little out of hand. And I think this is the first pinfall that drops of shit's getting out of hand and we got to fix it. So Nico Amala Ava. There's it lay. Let me do it one more time, Tonya. Ava. Nico is bouncing from Tennessee after I wouldn't call it mediocre because he did beat the shit out of a bunch of shitty teams, and when he played the good teams, he was below average. So maybe it was a little better than a mediocre season for him, but wanted more money from Tennessee, and they were like, no. We saw what you did against Ohio State. Couldn't do jack shit. They beat the dog snot out of Tennessee. And Nico decided I need more money for some reason. And Tennessee said no. Antonio, like I said, this is the first domino that's going to fall where some of these guys look at DJ Uiagalelei, right?
Yeah.
He was like, I deserve more. I shouldn't be treated like this. Blah blah blah. And then what happened? Into obscurity. Right?
Is he still a quarterback?
He's in the draft. He's out of eligibility. And that's Tonio, that's where we're gonna be in the land of obscurity with some of these guys because you can't hack it. You're just not that guy. And I think that's okay. And we're gonna get a lot of comments talking about, well, who are you guys? Da 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 da. I'm a guy who watches TV. I can see that he's not the guy. I don't understand the qualifications again. But at the same time, Tonio, this is a bad move, right?
Yes, it's a bad move for Nico because, like I said, now if you have no aspirations, because what I told you, Billy, was, dog, if I had no aspirations to like go to the NFL, get my head knocked around, I'm just play college ball, get the highest NIL money I can for 4 years, get my degree, and peace out. But see, the downfall about this is they seeing the NFL execs know that this fucking NIL money ain't shit to them. Like if you that person, your rookie contract guaranteed. And that's like 56 mil, 58 mil, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's little money. But if they see you just gonna be bag chasing, oh, you're not no franchise player for me. That's who teams in the first round with the first picks looking for. They're looking for somebody to come in, change around their franchise, and stay and continue to build.
Yeah.
It's too many open reports out here saying that he just wanted a bigger bag.
Yeah, he was late to meetings. He did a bunch of stuff. In Tennessee, I want to say one more time, Tonio, I think they did well. They got out ahead of it. They didn't let him enter the transfer portal. They said, no, we're releasing him.
Yeah.
I've never heard a college team say we're releasing this guy. That is crazy.
Because now it make you look bad. And now you want the UCLA where you going to not prosper. It's going to be bad over there for you, bro.
Yeah.
You left the college football playoffs to probably go, I don't know, win 6 games.
Go to the Pasadena Bowl.
Yeah.
But Tonio, was Nick Saban right? Like this is where we're gonna go. This is where we're gonna end up being. And these boosters, especially for Tennessee, that paid him that money, are gonna be like, "What the fuck? We thought we were getting this guy for 4 years." They're gonna become contracts. It's gonna become litigated. There's gonna be, hey man, you can't just leave. Like it's gonna come back to kind of remember when Nick Saban wouldn't, if you transfer with the SEC, you couldn't play the whole year.
Yeah.
And then you had to wait. So a lot of those SEC transfers were like, okay, I'm going to go to Wisconsin or wherever. Excuse me. So they can play that year, right? And Nick Saban was absolutely right. This is where we're going. This is where it's going to be. It's going to be bad.
It's already bad. Because like Nick Saban was trying to do, and we probably still have Nick Saban in the game if the Congress would have listened to him. Like he was like, bro, I'm not trying to take money from nobody. I think he know they make billions of dollars, especially Alabama make billions of dollars, millions of dollars off that football team and the basketball team now because they getting better. But he was like, bro, you gotta put something on this, bro, because now that commitment shit gonna be out the window like a motherfucker, bro. Like everybody's gonna be on a different team every year.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be some type of regulation on this shit, bro.
No, and we're looking at it now. West Virginia has 30 players in the transfer portal. Last year we had 1,800 players in the transfer portal.
So I would leave West Virginia.
Well, yeah, but you gotta.
I would get up out of West Virginia too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, Tonio. Hey, let's take it. We're gonna take it to the baseline. We got let's get a 5-minute in so we can go on to the mock draft because of how we're gonna do it next year or next week. Let's go.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline.
And real quick, Tonio, we got four people listening. And hey, let us know how y'all feel about Shadur and Travis getting their numbers retired. Let us know about the Nico situation in Tennessee and what you think is the right or the wrong way that's being done. But Tonio, we already took it to the baseline. Let's go.
Well, let's go, man. First things first. Let's look at this bracket. So, let's see. Tonight, the Heat just won, so they're gonna play. They're gonna play the Hawks for the 8th seed, and the Mavs and Kings are playing right now. So that whoever wins, that'll play the Grizzlies. But I think the Grizzlies ultimately lock up this 8th seed because Kyrie, no Swiper. Not Swiper, but no
Street clothes.
No, Swiper isn't there. No Fox, Fox no more in Sacramento. So the Kings, they only got one player as well. Malik Monk be shooting out, but DeRozan, but that mid-range shit ain't never worked with him in the playoffs. It's been 16 seasons. It ain't gonna start working this year. So I think Ja throw a grenade and blow up everything in front of him. And then they go on to face the Warriors, which will be a super high energy, super exciting series, I think. Now the Heat Hawk could go any way, but
I didn't like Trae Young fouling out of that game. I thought that was fucking ass. These refs need to get a pair, dude. Grow up. It's the fucking playoffs.
Yeah. Because he got fouled. He didn't call it, so he threw you the ball. Bro, he didn't throw it at you. You literally caught the ball, dog.
Yeah, it is a hard pass. Just fucking take it and move on, right? Like what do these guys?
Bro, all you got to do is take that, chuckle, all right, I see you. And then keep moving, bro.
Right.
Throwing the best player from that team out the game in playoffs is why ratings are down.
If anything, Tonio, and I wouldn't even be mad if they called a foul on Trae for something little or something. Like, all right, you want to fucking throw the ball at me? Check this out. Like, I'd be okay with that. But throwing them out of the fucking game, come on. Just for the Magic to get fucking ran through by the Celtics, what are we doing?
Yeah, don't make sense. But the East, we can go there first, Billy. We don't have to play games. We gonna see either the Celtics or the Cavs come out. That's about it for that. Now the West is where it gets tricky. The West is where it gets tricky. I was trying to see, do you think OKC or do you think Memphis gives OKC problems?
No.
I do.
Being honest with you.
I do. They scrappy. Chet really ain't like that no more. Ever since LeBron hurt him in that summer shit, bro. He so soft and shit like that. So I don't know. Do you think the Rockets can beat the Warriors in a 7-game series?
No.
Don't either.
I don't. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
I think it's one of those things where, and we've seen it for a long time, especially you and I being LeBron fans, where the young team, you play the older team that's been to the playoffs a billion times, and you have MVPs and you have finals MVPs in the game. They're going to slow it down. The young guys are going to kind of be a little overwhelmed. We kind of saw it with the Timberwolves, not last year, but the year before, where they were kind of outplayed. We saw it with the Thunder, who were outplayed by Luka and the Mavs last year, where I think that's where the Warriors are really going to give the problem to the Rockets. But again, Ime Udoka, hey, hats off to him. Probably should win Coach of the Year. And go ahead, Tony. You was about to say something?
Nah, he ain't gonna win, bro.
Then who's gonna get it?
Bro, the podcaster got to get it.
I don't know.
MA already showed us he was like that in Boston, dog.
Well, okay, that's true. But who was like, oh, the Rockets will be the number 2 seed, easy. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
and anytime you got LeBron, it's hard to give you Coach of the Year. I'm sorry, it's just
bro. He 40 now, bro. We gotta stop saying that.
No, he's still the GOAT.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. But
and we can't stop saying it. But now they gonna give it to the podcaster, dog.
Yes.
They gonna get it to him, bro. Because like I said, MA had Boston the best team
2 years in a row. Yeah.
So that's nothing new to him.
Yeah. But they won the chip without him. That's the thing.
I mean, they did, but what it was the team he built. It's just like what fucking
Mark Jackson
did.
And let me
State.
throw another name at you too. It's kind of like Dwayne Casey with the Raptors. He got out of there. They got Nick Nurse. They finally won a title, and it's like, damn, it's crazy. Like just this one flip. This dude built this team in and out. Had a great team. Fucking gotta go. Even a Brad Stevens, because Brad Stevens didn't even win a title with them. It took him going to the GM spot.
Yeah, bro. But he need to be Pat Riley to make it work.
Yeah, yeah. But I also I got to upset in the first round again. I guess if you're counting the Warriors as an upset, I don't count it as an upset. But give me the Clippers over Denver this year.
Yeah. Firing your coach right before the playoffs, I don't care if you got the best player in the world or not. That is dumb. And not for nothing, bro. Old ass. I've been injured most of the year. Kawhi looking real healthy right now. So
hey, the rest finally like catches up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. He was just like, bro, I took 4 years off since I won one. It's time for me to go back.
Hey, was Kawhi waiting for a team to fire their head coach being the number 4 seed in the West?
Yep.
So I think Denver fired Mike Malone? Yeah, I'm good. I can play.
Yeah, I can play 30 a game. I got you. Last 12 games of the season, I'm gonna average 32. Like it's nothing. And James Harden said, I got you 23, 9-9. It's easy.
Yeah.
And I do with aside from Joker with no Embiid, they might have the second best big in the NBA over there, bro. Which is crazy to say, bro, but there's no Joel, Cat Soft, Jack Edey just tall on some nights. When he played the Warriors, he had 17 rebounds. I bet on him to get 4. He had 2. So yeah, bro. I think the Clippers take them in 6, bro. Cause there's no Mo, bro. The momentum is gone, dog. And after they fired him, the reports was like, oh yeah, we tried to shop Jamal Murray last year. We tried to shop Michael Porter Jr. this year. Like all that shit just came out, bro. And I'm knowing Mike Malone leaking this shit. Like I'm just waiting, bro. Oh, I'm just waiting for it to come out, bro. And then we'll come back to this chart, but I want to show you what the last and probably both our favorite matchups was said. Shout out to Late Show Yo. Ant on face of LeBron means a lot to match up against him. Probably goes down as the greatest player ever. Trying to put him out of the playoffs under my belt is going to be a tough one, but it's going to be a fun road. It ain't. It ain't, bro, because it's going to be hard. You got Rudy Gobert. I ain't even thinking about LeBron in this matchup. I'm thinking about what Luka did to them by itself last. Well, Kyrie was dropping shit, but Luka by itself averaged like 37 against the Wolves.
You think Luka goes into it just like, I got it?
Probably because Ant want to guard LeBron.
Yeah.
Not Luka. So now you got who on Luka?
And Antonio, if Luka does decide to take over, what have we been saying for 4, 5, 6 years? Maybe not 6, maybe 5, 4, 3 years now. Someone needs to take over when LeBron's not there. And if Luka is like, I got it, don't worry. All you need is LeBron's IQ on the floor. That's it.
And then I keep telling you, Billy, Austin Reed's probably going to win the MIP this year for sure.
Okay.
All he need, and I keep telling you, the magic number is 17.
Cam, what you eyeing us for? OKC with the number 1 seed?
Not, man, block him from the Facebook, bro. I called him.
Let him in. Stop it. We got 5 people in. Hey, let us know your playoff upsets and let us know what you think is going to go down in the playoffs for the NBA. But, Tonio, we'll get to the big stuff now. You ready?
Well, you don't want to do the East. You don't really care.
Oh, yeah, no. We already said the East, I thought. It's going to be Boston or Cleveland. I'm going to waste my time with you.
All right, bet. Let's go.
I mean, we can. I can waste some time. The Pacers-Milwaukee matchup. Woo.
Milwaukee.
All right. Hey, NBA's watered down. Shooters right. Man, I got to go to work. I'm about to crash in a few. Well, you missed the show, Cam.
The NBA watered down because Shooter team in 8th spot, bro. He can't. If the Grizzlies was 4th or 3rd, he'd be all right.
Man, the NBA is getting real hard, isn't it? That's the way it's at.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
I'm telling you, I'll never get over they just got the contracts in their hand. They got no idea what's going on. Already doing suicides. What are we doing? All right, Tonio. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you guys, we're going to do it a little differently. Instead of having a mock draft show, we are going to have a live react show to the NFL draft. Cam, I hope you have a fun day at work. I know in Hurston it's going to be fucking stinky because it stinks in that city.
Anybody, Dre, I hope you in here, bro. Billy, a Dallas native saying Houston stink, dog.
It stinks. Dre knows it stinks too. He can't say it doesn't. If you've been in Houston for more than 5 minutes, you know that it stinks there. I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry.
Smelled like opportunity there when I was there.
Is that? I will say, hey, Dallas stinks sometimes. We got the Trinity River, that's full of shit, literally. So it stinks sometimes. Now, but Houston just smells like that. That's just what it smells. But Tonio, let's hit a little mock draft action. We got an actual great graphic for you guys this year. That's one of the coolest things I think we've put on our show. But number one, walk away, Tonio, right? You and I both know it's Cam Ward, right?
I don't, and I'm glad Shooter in here, bro. Tennessee gonna do the funniest shit, and they gonna pick Abdul Carter. Watch, bro,
and just fuck it up for everybody.
Watch.
The only thing, Tonio, and I would really want to be on your side with this. The only thing is Brian Callahan's an offensive guy. And Will Levis, you know what's crazy now that you say it? Will Levis did improve underneath Callahan's system.
Hey, it's still Tennessee, bro. We not gonna act like it's the rap city capital of America. It's the country music capital. Cam Ward coming down there doing this.
Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's not Nashville. Memphis people 100%. 1,000% different from Nashville people.
How far is Nashville from Memphis?
3 hours, 2 hours, something like that.
Oh, that's pretty fucking far, I guess. Yeah. All right, I'm with Shooter. I'm with you. If I'm Tennessee, that's exactly what I'm doing. Who wants number one? That's what we need to figure out. Because if I can get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter at 3, that's what I'm doing. But
well, let's skip real quick. Billy, let's go here. Number 9. Do
Okay.
you not see number 9 trying to trade up?
No.
I do, bro.
The Saints, they're in cap hell. They're in draft hell. They're always like this. I think they can't afford to do it. They can't.
Bro, they want Shador.
And I think Shador falls, though. I think he falls to him.
Everybody say that, Billy. Like, I think this is a tactic, bro. Why is New York still having private workouts with him in Colorado this week?
I don't know. Dayball? Because, look, if you're New York and you're Brian Dayball, if you don't go to the playoffs this year, you're fired. Which is crazy because they were 11-5 with Daniel Jones. They beat the Vikings. No one wants to talk about that. But if you're New York, is that line good enough to get Shador time? Is it good enough to help him?
It don't matter. Because you know for sure that Russ too old to play behind that shit.
But they paid him a lot of fucking money. That's where it comes in for me because Russ is getting paid like a starting quarterback. He's getting more than Justin Fields. That 2-year, $40 million. Russ is getting 2-year, like $48 million, I think, or 3 years, $60 million, or something crazy. Are you looking it up right now for me?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I just don't see it exactly, but I could see it is the thing too, right? There's also no trades in this draft in the mock. If it was mine, I would have a couple trades. You guys know that I kind of dive in to see what I can get. But at 2, if the Titans do take Cam Ward, it has to be Travis Hunter at 2, right? If I'm the Browns. They need a receiver. Jerry Judy's good.
One year. Put somebody talking. You gotta put it up. I got it full screen. If somebody commented or something.
No, I got you. I'll put it
up. Russ 1 year, $10.5 million with $10 million guaranteed.
Oh, I thought it was bigger than that. That does change things a little bit.
And actually, the way they got it set up, he really signed a $2 million contract with an $8 million signing bonus.
Oh yeah, for the cap. Hey, we got 4 people in. We really appreciate you guys listening. Hey, if you're in New York at number 3, do you take Shador? We got 4 people in now. Thanks. I think your Patriots at 4 taking Will Campbell. I don't see it. I don't see Vrabel taking an offensive guy at all. Especially you got Mason Graham still on the board. You got Jalen Walker sitting there too. And you guys need a receiver. Fuck an offensive line. You guys need a receiver.
No, we don't. We don't got no fucking quarterback. I'm gonna keep saying that, bro. Everybody's just trying to act like Drake May was this dude in college. He wasn't.
No, I'm talking about him in the NFL, Antonio. I watched 3 Patriot games. Every Patriot game I saw, he carried the fucking offense.
We don't got no offense. Billy, it's easy to carry the offense. You remember when Cam was there? You remember me telling you Cam was almost our leading receiver? Because we was lining him up every fucking where, Billy. We still in that same hill.
Tonio, in the last 5 games, right? Now, so 3 of these are losses. He completed 61% of his passes for 261. He completed 82% of his passes for 202. He completed 82.6%. And then he completed 80% of his passes for 238. Tonio, this guy, he's got it.
Okay, so Billy.
And rushing wise, real quick, sorry. He rushed for 32 yards, 5.3 yards a carry, 30 yards, 5 yards a carry. 14 had a bad game against Arizona, but he got a touchdown out of that. Five carries for 59 yards, 11.5 rushing yards per rush. Come on, man.
Where you want me to go, Billy?
Get him some help. He needs help.
All right, Billy. So you want to tell him the real stats, though? How many
His quarterback rating was 88 last year. That's not bad for a rookie with no weapons.
15 and 10, Billy.
That's not bad. Mediocre. It's mediocre.
What?
It's mediocre. He's a fucking rookie. You're acting like it's fucking Lamar
So-
or Jalen Hurts.
So he was tied for 23rd. That's mediocre, or is that bad?
That's mediocre. He's a rookie.
If you tie for 23rd, that gets you what pick?
Vrabel can't draft in which way? If you're tied 23rd, that gets you what pick?
Yeah,
7?
4th. That's where we at, Billy. Because our quarterback fucking sucked.
Oh, it was all the quarterback's fault that you guys lost all those games.
Billy, what is the going thing when somebody team's ass? Our quarterback's ass. What is who does Chris blame for the Cowboys' downfall every year?
Dak Prescott. And they're picking 12th.
Dak Prescott. But they defense ass.
Yeah.
They got one wide receiver. They didn't have a running back at all. Dak Prescott still threw for 4,000 yards. But it's Dak Prescott's fault. So how you not going to allow me to say is, I'm smarter than Chris, and I don't blame the quarterback for everything. But my quarterback didn't even get 3,000 yards.
Yeah, but you're acting like the rest of the team was really good, and the reason you sucked was the quarterback. I'm telling you, the team also sucked.
What was that sorry motherfucker before him that we just got rid of from Alabama?
Mac Jones, who got you to the playoffs, actually.
Exactly. With the same nothing-ass roster.
Yeah, so the Titans' first-round picks were bust. I did like it was Jeffrey Simmons, not Isaiah Simmons. I always want to say Isaiah. But Traylon Burks, what was he supposed to do? He wanted to keep A.J. Brown. And the Titans like, nah, he's going to cost too much money. So you take fucking Traylon Burks, right? That was dumb. I don't think Vrabel was like, yeah, that guy, he's going to fix it. He tried to get you DeAndre Hopkins after that because he knew that kid sucked. So what was he – or not DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones. That was bad. What did you want Vrabel to do with that? He got you to the fucking number 1 seed with Ryan Tannehill. He beat Joe Burrow with Ryan Tannehill. Come on, man. Come on. Shooter. You gotta stop with that. But Tony,
that's that aristocrat. But hey, let me ask you something, Billy.
Fairly being a bust, real quick for Shooter. Fairly being a bust, yes, that's true. But it was injuries. It's just like RG3 was a bust. Everyone's up in arms every time I say it, but he was a bust. Injuries happen. That's what makes you the bust. It's not like he sucked. It was a good pick. They got a value for him. They didn't take him in the top 10. They took him at like 25. That's where you take chances on those guys. Also, Bill Belichick drafted a lot of busts too. That motherfucker has 6 Super Bowl championships. Come on.
Bill could not draft at all. Took a fucking guard in the first round.
Defense was number 1 for those years, Shooter, because of Vrabel. That's the whole point. I'm glad that you came around to my side. Thank you. But Tony,
yeah. You remember Bill took a guard in the first round from Chattanooga State. I don't know.
Cole Strange. I'll never forget that pick. That was crazy.
I don't know. God damn. Yeah, Bill was trying to sabotage us. Hey, but Bill, let me say something.
Good.
Rookie. 3,800 yards, 8 yards a pass, 22 tugs, 13 picks, 129 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Who is that? Rookie year.
Caleb Williams.
Mac Jones. With nobody.
Nice.
And a postseason.
Had Josh McDaniels too, though.
Yeah, Josh wasn't out there on the field.
Okay.
Exactly. I just don't know why you so high on Drake May. I mean, he don't got no fucking mayonnaise commercial, so I don't know why you.
I know. That's why I hate when you do that because you know that I like the Levis mayonnaise.
That's what I'm saying. But let's do it. Let's say that they do because we got let's say that you think that Jacksonville take Mason Graham or no?
No, because I think the Patriots take him.
Probably. And then Jacksonville take who?
Then I think Jacksonville takes Mason Graham. Or excuse me, Will Campbell. You just paid T. Larry a lot of money, and he sucks.
Yeah. Is Ashton Genty safe in Raiderville?
No, I got the Raiders taking a receiver.
Who?
McMillan from Arizona.
Dude gonna be good as hell. If he make it down there to the Texans, man.
Who?
McMillan, where they got him going. Texans. If he make it over there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
stacked receiver room.
Jets, do they even care about blocking for Justin Fields, or they gonna tell him just run?
No, they still need offensive line help anyway. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Bryce Young, not Bryce Young, Bryce running back.
Sorry, John.
Hey, we missed the sorry Johns for a second.
Hall?
Yeah, Breece Hall, excuse me.
Breece Hall, yep.
You got Breece Hall, you got Garrett Wilson there. That defense is still really good. You still got Sauce. You lost your other side corner, but you got to get somebody to block for something. I think this is a perfect. Even I would, in my take, would take the tackle from Texas. Obviously, I'm looking for his name now. In my mock, I got the tackle from Texas going to the Jets. Kelvin Banks, excuse me. There we go.
So what you got the Panthers doing?
So the Panthers, this is probably one of the hardest picks. I'd say the second hardest pick that I had in this mock. Because they need a receiver also. I had a couple mocks with them getting Luther Burden the third. I got one of them getting
They shore up the offensive line.
I think they should shore up the offensive line, but
that's where I got Kelvin Banks going.
Okay, so you still have Mehmet, and then you got Kelvin Banks. Once the Panthers see that tackle goes, you're like, all right, hey, let's get.
Yeah, we gotta get him because they're gonna be like, well, somebody else need to block, and they need to block. I don't even know if we can judge Bryce Young yet because shit, every time he snapped the ball.
Well, Tonio, hot take real quick. I think Bryce Young is the guy. As much as I hated him in the draft, as much as I hated him last year and the year before that, when he came back in and showed you like, oh, I kind of get the system. Okay, I can run this. Yeah. After got benched, I think that shows a lot of character. I think that shows a lot of passion.
I mean, getting back up after getting smacked every other play show a lot of shit too. So yeah, I think they go offensive line. What you said? Luther Burden.
I would get Luther Burden or Matthew Golden here. I've kind of deviled in both just to see like what
Burden hadn't been on a lot of people's first round draft.
And I think it's silly because last year, if he would have came out, he would have been the number one receiver taken out. I think maybe I put a lot more into that because I'm just looking like, okay, maybe he had a down year, but everyone's gunning for him. It's kind of like Will Johnson. Like Will Johnson would have been a top 5 pick last year. But because he went back to Michigan and they sucked this year, they're like, maybe he sucks. And it's like, that's not how it works. But at 9, here's Shadur. Is this where you're taking Shadur?
I don't know, bro. I don't, because I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if teams trolling or not, bro. Because Mel Kiper standing 10 toes, this is the best quarterback in the draft.
He's been wrong a lot.
Yeah, but I don't think about this one, bro. And I think if his name was Shador, any other than Sanders, they'd be like, "You're a fool if you don't take him." You know, especially after seeing what he was going through, bro. The worst offensive line, still best completion percentage.
Yeah,
it's just hard, bro.
That freshman is going to be the fucking first wide receiver taken again. I get it. I get what you're saying. He also had a pick 6 in the same game when he got quote unquote exposed. So Shooter's one of my favorite people. He's slowly becoming just one of my favorite human beings.
I like Shooter, bro. He's so negative. I like it.
But I do have there's some mocks where I have the Saints, even with Shadur still on the board, where I got them taking Will Johnson.
No chance. The whole news with Derek Carr having to have surgery, they taking a QB for sure. Or they can finally just make Taysom Hill earn his check because they paid him so much money. Number 10, do you have the Bears taking a tight end?
Yes, for most of the mock drafts, but I could see some other moves here. Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, you know him well. If Will Johnson's still there, again, like I said, in some mocks, because I do have Shadur in some mocks, if Will Johnson's there, if you're the Bears, why would you not take Will Johnson? Even the edge rusher from Tennessee, Pace, I think it's Josh Pace. I'd really look at him here. I don't give a fuck about those quote unquote character issues. I think that's silly. But I can see the Bears taking Tyler Warren here. What about you?
Yeah, probably.
Cole, what's his name? Oh, you had him in fantasy. Cole Kmet is a fine tight end. He's really good.
Yeah.
That's where it's kind of struggling with me for this Bears pick. But we saw Will Johnson take Sam Laporta, and we saw how that was.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. 49ers, do they have a quarterback, or are they going to get rid of
Nah, Brock's going to get paid. They're gonna go get somebody to protect him or go get a corner. So I could see in my last mock.
They're going to pay Brock Dak money.
Yeah. Well, no, not Dak money, no. But Brock knows he's not worth Dak money. Dak knows he's not worth Dak money.
The reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of people got Jackson Dart going way earlier than where he is down there.
Yeah, I've seen that in a couple things. But I also I tinkered with one draft where I have the 49ers taking Shadur if he falls this far.
He could, but if the 49ers take Shadur, then the Saints 1,000% are taking Jackson Dart.
Yeah, but they're going to take him later, and that's where it's going to get all funky. Because if Shadur falls,
I don't think Jackson Dart fall out this first round.
I don't necessarily think so either. But if we're looking at the teams and everybody can see with us, hey, give us a comment. Hey, where do you guys think Shadur is going to land? But so Tonio, you got to put yourself in my mock right real quick. So 49ers take Shadur. Now everybody's panicking because they thought he was going to far further, right? But you got the Colts with Anthony Richardson. Did they make a move for a Jackson Dart or even a fucking Jalen Milroe, right? When does what about the Dolphins? Because now the Dolphins are sitting there. Do they think Tua is still going to be the guy, even though he's paid, right? Kyler Murray has 2 years left on that deal. Do you take a Jackson Dart, just have him sit for 1 year, take the loss on Kyler's contract? Where are we going?
Shit, what about the Colts? Do they still believe in Anthony?
Hell yeah, God's child. Yes. I hope not. In Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes. Yes. That is where I don't want him.
I don't know who God's child is, but if Shadur falls from the Saints, he going to Pittsburgh, and that's going to be bad for you. Sorry, Bill.
In the last 15 years, the Steelers have not moved up in the draft except once, and that was to go get Devin Bush, a linebacker. I
ain't said they was going to move up. I just said if he fall. What other team you see taking him before you get there?
If he falls to 15, I think the Saints go try to get pick 16 to go get him. But I've also had some mock drafts, and we haven't got here yet. But I have the Cowboys taking him if he falls that far to them. And I can see Jerry just eating Dak's contract. Sorry.
I see. Bro, I don't want him to go.
Probably will take him.
I don't want him to
We're having fun, God's child. We're having fun.
I don't want him to go to Dallas, bro. But if he falls that far, Jerry Jones is not going to let Shador, Dion's Coach Prime's son sit on the board.
Nope, because what he's going to say is, hey, let Shador be coached by this fucking idiot for 1 year, and then boom, here you come.
Yep.
Yeah, but Joe Milton, you traded a 5th-round pick for Joe Milton. Shadur's better than Joe Milton. He's sitting there.
I still don't know why. We could have got more for Joe Milton. From the Cowboys, too, we could have got
100%. You could have got a 3rd-round pick for Joe Milton.
Probably could have got a 2nd round from fucking Jerry.
But as 12, Tonio, I can see I do have Shadur, and it's more on those fun mocks going there. But Matthew Golden's probably there, but I also have excuse me. Emeka Buka going also. I can see both.
I can see that. I think Emeka Egbuka gonna be an amazing receiver wherever he goes because he got the talent to be a wide receiver number one, but he's been behind so many good fucking wide receivers. It ain't really fair to him, but.
And then Jeremiah Smith this year, I think he's also a team guy because even Jeremiah Smith, who was a freshman, Emeka was like, yeah, he's good. Everything's fine. I'll get the ball. I'm not worried. Especially as a receiver, Tonio, you know that, hey, if that's your receiver, hey, let's do this. Yeah, if you're not mad you're not getting the ball, let's go.
I think he's just happy to be here, bro. But where we at, number 13?
So Godchild said, "Who's better? Who's better in which way? What are we receiver?"
Every wide receiver that's been the guy at Ohio State has been better than Emeka Egbuka. I'm sorry. Yeah, go back and look. Marvin Harrison Jr.
No,
Marvin Harrison.
When Marvin Harrison Jr. set out that Rose Bowl, Emeka Egbuka had fucking as a freshman had like 3 touchdowns, like 275 yards on like 10 catches.
So.
Blew up.
What did Marvin Harrison do the entire season?
No, I got you. I'm saying, but without Marvin Harrison, he still did it.
No.
Oh, Matthew Golden or Luther Burden? I'd say Luther Burden because I saw him do it for 2 years. Yeah. Matthew Golden was okay, but when Texas went to the SEC, that's when he kind of was like, oh, look how good this guy is. But Luther Burden was doing it in the SEC the whole time.
On a sorry-ass team.
In my opinion. All right, at 13, Tonio, we're almost halfway there. Miami taking Will Johnson. I could absolutely see this, but I think they go offensive tackle here. And they'll probably get – I like the Ohio State pick. What's that fucking guy's name? Josh Simmons from Ohio State.
Shooter, if you in here for 13 – we gonna what's your name, dog? We gonna go to Ball Hemingway and they gonna pick up Walter Nolan.
I can see that, Tonio, though. At
only reason why Calais Campbell went to Arizona, and they ain't got no interior defense.
No, I think you're 100% right.
Yep.
At 14, the Colts going Colston Loveland here. I have Colston Loveland falling a little further. I know Matt is really high on him.
I got him locked in here. Not gonna lie.
You got this pick locked.
Yeah, unless thank you, Shooter. I knew you would get it. Unless they be like, yo, Anthony Richardson say he tired again. At spring practice, we gotta get a quarterback. That's the only reason why, bro. Because you can't go get unless they be like, hey Kirk, what you doing over there, man?
Yeah.
Or hey Aaron.
Those are good points. Those are great points.
Because Aaron ain't signed nowhere.
Yeah.
Look, Billy, and that's do we see one of these vets signed before the draft anywhere else?
No.
Kirk nor Aaron?
No. I think what Kirk and Aaron are going to do is sit and wait until whatever teams are talking to them, they're going to be like, if you don't take a quarterback, I'll go. But if you take a quarterback, I'm not coming. I think that's what it's going to come down to. So if I'm the Colts and Loveland sitting there, that's a great job. But I think that defense is not good in a shitty division. I think they need to go defense here. I'm taking the Alabama linebacker, Jaheed Campbell. I know that's probably a reach, But the Colts need some fucking help. They are not good. They're not good. I do like the pass catcher from USC. Crap, what's his name? Sorry, John. I can't pull you up real quick. But damn, what is his fucking name? It's not Drake London. He's from USC also. Anyway, damn, Chris, we're missing Chris on the show. But I can see them getting go ahead and get a linebacker. You need help everywhere you can get. Let's start in the middle. But again, wouldn't be shocked. They could hit Mike Green here from Marshall, the pass rusher. They could also probably do with Malachi Starks, safety. I get it. I get everyone wants these offensive pieces like this with the Bears. That was my struggle with the Bears too, Tonio, right? And that was my struggle with the Panthers. And this is the third hardest pick, I think.
Yeah.
But moving on to 15, Atlanta taking Mike Green from Marshall. What do you got Atlanta going here?
Mike Green.
Okay. All right.
They was 27 in pass rush. They need some type of force on that line. Mike Green's perfect for them. What do you have them going?
No, I would. This is just me. I think for me, I'm taking.
But they gotta get that defensive line better, dog.
No, you are right. But at the same time, there's holes everywhere. We're acting like I think that's the thing that we get kind of ate into for these mock drafts, right? Where it's like they need this, they need that, but it's also like they need a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there is,
like I know, bro. You could be a shitty team and still make it to the playoffs. With a good defense, i.e., the Steelers when they have fucking
yeah.
So that defense rocking.
But I like if I'm Atlanta, I'm probably taking Donovan Ezruka from Boston College. He's another edge rusher, but I like him more than Mike Green.
Mike Green led the nation in sacks. How you like him more?
Because he played in the MAC. I don't give a fuck about that. He played in the MAC.
Okay.
That's just me.
I respect it.
Because Khalil Mack also played in the MAC.
Yeah, and we ain't gonna act like Boston College is way better. ACC.
When you're playing in the ACC, it's a bit better conference. They're bigger guys than the MAC. Well, okay. At 16, I do. This is where I do fall in line. Jaheed Barron from Texas, the corner. Arizona needs some fucking help. Some of these teams, man, and we're getting to these teams that like are in the middle of the pack because they have a good quarterback or because their offense played really well. Green dominated the All-Star game against the best. Oh, yeah. Come on, Shooter, because the best were playing in the fucking All-Star game and Senior Bowl. No. Half the names on this first round draft pick on this first round draft board were nowhere close to the Senior Bowl because they know they're good. The Senior Bowl is for guys that are trying to up that draft stock. Like a Mike Green. That's who the Senior Bowl is for. The Senior Bowl is for Mike Green. The Senior Bowl is for the corner from Kentucky. It's for the safety from South Carolina. What's his name? It's like Nick something crazy in the back. Even Omarion Hampton, right? Like those guys, like who could jump. We'll see. But at the same time, this is where I got them. They need a corner. They need help.
Well, I was defensive end, Billy. I'm going edge rusher again.
Absolutely, Shooter. Yes.
I'm going edge rusher again. I got him taking James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. Arizona was 28th, right behind Atlanta, goddammit. So it all started in the trenches. You learn that from an early age.
Yeah.
So if you don't got no pop on the trenches, dog, then
then here with the Bengals pick, this is where they're going to kind of reach a little bit for this Landon Jackson kid. Film is raw, played in the SEC. I know, like I said, I know it's a reach, but I think the Bengals are kind of more centered on who they are and what they need than a lot of teams think, because we think of them as a dumpster fire when they're really not. Okay, calm down with that. James Pierce has not fallen to the second round. I don't give a fuck what kind of character issues he has. He's a fucking I think he was second. He was probably behind Mike Green in sacks in the SEC, and he played in the SEC, not the MAC. But yeah, I'm taking Landon Jackson here with the.
I'm gonna be honest with you real quick, Billy. If I was ever blessed, able to run a team, I want everybody who character a little bit fucked up. You know why? Because they're gonna go out there and kill something, especially on the defensive side. I don't care about your character issues, bro. As long as you ain't doing nothing to a woman or no child out, grown men need to be able to protect themselves.
You're okay in my book. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Give me that guy. I know.
Yeah.
It was a show called First and 10 where O.J. Simpson was the star of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Give me them type of players, dog. Mama, if you watching, I'm sorry for cussing. But you got them taking him. I got another edge rusher going here. I got Jalon Walker from Georgia. And the reason why is because Trey Hendrickson requested a trade.
Yeah. And
Jalon Walker, he play on the end, and he can play off-ball linebacker a little bit. They need that.
All right, in Seattle here at 18, I'm going. This is where some of my picks are going to be reached for a little bit, Tonio, because I like to throw some real life stuff in here. Because if we just went down the board, who's the best player, we're never going to do it, right? You'll be picking Georgia players. Well, yeah, because they're the best ones. Excuse me.
Yeah, Georgia all day because they coach push the kids too on the field.
But I'm gonna go Jack Beck here from TCU to Seattle. They just got rid of 2 wide receivers. They still have JSN. I think they go ahead and get another receiver for Sam Darnold over there. Maybe could go an interior lineman here. I get it. I get the pick if that's what you're going with, but that's not where I'm going. Tony, what about you?
This is where number 16 is going. This is where Jahdae Barron is going.
Okay.
I know cornerback is far from their worst issue, but they only got Devin Witherspoon over there, and he on the contract negotiations, bro. So
yeah,
Devin Witherspoon is the only cornerback over there that's under contract. Everybody else slated to slide up out of there or trying to get more money. Bro. You can go up here and just get a cornerback.
Yeah. Moving on to the Bucks, who I don't think have a lot of holes. They have a really great team, good receivers, good running backs. Baker Mayfield at quarterback. They're going to go ahead and take a guard here. I think these are, Tonio, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is one of my more favorite guard picks for these teams without a lot of holes, where they just get an interior guy who can play center, left guard, right guard, maybe tackle if somebody's hurt. But they take Tyler Booker from Alabama. Anytime you take an Alabama offensive lineman, I don't think it's bad. I think they get a safety in the second round. That's just me. I think they can go ahead and grab one. So I don't have them taking Nick. That's his fucking name. South Carolina. But go ahead. Who got the Bucks taking?
Shamar Stewart, defensive end.
Yeah,
Texas A&M. I think
excuse me.
Hassan Reddick getting a little long in the tooth. They need some help on that defensive line. I know it seems like I'm defensive line biased. It's because I am.
You are, and that's okay.
And we're gonna have to speed it up.
We're speeding it up. All right, Broncos. If nobody noticed, I got Ashton Genty falling all the way to 20. This is where the Broncos take him, not Omarion Hampton.
I got
because you haven't had Ashton Genty off the board either.
I know. I got Matthew Golden falling here.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Him and Bo Nix linking up. Him, Bo Nix, and Cortland Sutton.
Mhm.
A little nasty.
And then at 21, here's where I have Colston Loveland going, the tight end from Michigan. I got him going to Pittsburgh. I think they'll figure out quarterback. I don't think they worry about it. I think they wait until the next draft. That's just if I'm being logical. Mike Tomlin's bought himself some time. I'm sure he could say, hey, this is not the crop of guys. I can get another dude in here to build this team and make them great.
I'm making a little fun for you right here. Let's just say Shador's gone.
Ugh.
They're going to get Jalen Milroy.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I'm
Really?
okay.
Reason why my starting quarterback could either be Skylar Thompson or Mason Rudolph. So yeah, I got them going there.
I respect it. At 22, we're taking Kenneth Grant is being taken by Jim Harbaugh at 22. Taking his Michigan guy. He knows it starts in the trenches. Tony has said that 100 times. Where do you got him going?
Ashton Genty.
Damn, you think they take okay. No, you know that would be a really fun pick, I think. That would be one of you'll see me kind of be giddy. That's another reason I've never wanted to do a live draft too, because I do get giddy. I'm just like, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
at 23, go ahead.
Harbaugh will be happy to get a running back he just seen like carrying the ball 30 times.
Yeah. But here, this is where I agree with Mel on this one, where Shamir Stewart is going 23 to the Packers.
They do. The way I did my draft, I done sent all the edge rushers off. But they do need defense. So I got them going Derek Harmon from Oregon.
Okay, I'm with that. I can see that. Now, pick 24, this is where it's going to get a little weird for me. Malachi Starks falls all the way to 24. I've seen that in a couple mocks. I don't think it really happens, but that's where I have him going to the Vikings. Harrison Smith, I think, is done. I don't think he's still there.
I got them going guard, but I got them going Gray Zabel from North Dakota State.
That's fair. No, I like that pick. He can play tackle too. I've seen some mocks where he's the tackle. But here at the Texans take Josh Connerly Jr. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that. A lot of mocks them Kevin Banks falling all the way down there. I don't think Kelvin falls all the way down to 25. That's crazy. Go ahead, Tonio.
I have them going to get one of CJ's old teammates, and they're getting Donovan Jackson.
That's good. Okay, the Ohio State guy. Okay, I'm with you. At 26, this is where it's going to get weird for everyone, Tonio. At 26, the Rams take Jalen Milroe.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna just stick with Maxwell.
Okay, at corner. All right. 27, Ravens trade down. I don't know if this is me wanting them to do that or not. 27, Ravens trade down. And this is where the Giants come back in and they go get Jackson Dart.
Nah. Y'all going to get Donovan Izaraku.
Okay. I like that pick.
Boston College.
I had him way earlier. Yeah. And then who? Hold on, let me make sure, because I don't think I've had Michael. Did I have Michael Williams coming off yet?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. I went Landon Jackson. This is Michael Williams. I don't think we trade out of if Michael Williams is sitting there. I think that's who we take. But for this one, Michael Williams goes to Detroit. I'm agreeing with him here. And then this is Washington's pick at 29, Tonio. Just a heads up. Who do you got going to 28 though?
I got going. Hey, shoot, I'm going back to Mississippi, dog. Going back to the vault. Getting them to get another edge rusher over there to help Buddy coming off his injury, and they getting Princely Melon from the University of Ole Miss.
Big time fair. Okay. This is where Gray Zabel comes off the board to protect. I know they have a Cleveland trade here, but I have Washington keeping this one. Gray Zabel protect Jaden Daniels. Obviously, that's your fucking NFC championship quarterback. Got to the game, lost, but you know.
Well, I got that defense getting a little better, and they're gonna get a cornerback in Washington, and they're gonna get Zaire Thomas from Florida State.
I respect that pick a lot. 30, the Bills are going Trey Amos.
30, the Bills are going Nick Emmanuel. Safety for Carolina.
Okay. And this is where Donovan Jackson goes to the Chiefs. The Chiefs just go get whoever the best offensive line is available. That's who they're going to get.
Chiefs is going Josh Carnley Jr. I'm agreeing with Mel.
And then the Eagles to cap it off. They're going to go get Nick Skirkarutin from A&M. Just getting another fucking pass rusher just to add to that. Probably the best roster in the NFL.
Well, I'm going to go to where they were the weakest, ironically.
What?
The offensive line. And they're going to go that because that's probably their weakest position.
Probably. But if you have Jalen Hurts, does it matter how weak it is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Josh Simmons from Ohio State. He can play both tackle spots. Yeah, I think that's where they go.
Hey, the 5 people listening in, let us know what your mock drafts are going to be. Go to Pro Football Focus Simulator. You can pay for it so you can do trades, or you can just do your first round. Just go through it free. Send us your screenshots. Tell us why we were wrong in our mocks. I kind of put Tony on the spot this week with just going like, hey, let's just go to this mock and let's see what happens. I had 8 mocks to mess around with, so I didn't really have a lot. But we really appreciate you guys listening. I know, oh damn, we got 7 motherfuckers in here. Hey, appreciate it. Let us know where we messed up, where we went wrong. Give us some feedback. We will be live next Thursday for the NFL draft.
Yep. And last but not least, hate to end on some sad news, but definitely gonna give a shout out to RIP to Kyron Lacey. Definitely for sure, rest in peace. And we're gonna let y'all remember him like we would.
One time, you gotta rock your hips. Rock your hips, 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 you gotta dip with it. Dip with it, you gotta dip with it. Dip with it, you gotta dip with it. Dip with it, you gotta dip with it.
Sad news, but rest in peace. Absolutely.
So,
yeah, the GOAT of getting his kid fucked off.
yeah,
hey, I know you were in the playoffs in the SEC, but nah, that's not worth it. Come on, shooter, what are you doing, man?
Let's go back to what's about to be the Pac-12 again, or the Pac-4 or 5 or whatever, and
the Pac-6,
whatever, and then we're gonna be the second worst team in there.
No, Antonio, they're in the Pac-10 though, or the Big Ten.
No, they're gonna leave. They know they don't belong there. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go back to where they can win some games. But like I said, hey, we won't be here next Wednesday, but next Thursday it'll be football. Shooter, I expect to see you in there when Tennessee
Abraham.
When Tennessee takes Abdul Carter instead of Cam Ward, and we start the draft off right. Make sure y'all tuning in. All right, it's been another dope show. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Thanks.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick shots with Billy Antonio.
For 50 more bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.